Be gone. Come no closer. I know whence you come. The powers that protect me, they sense whence you come.
Stench.
Be gone. Be gone. Be gone. The powers will not relent.
Show yourself. I want to talk.
Werewolves. Wolves aren't as bad as they're made out to be. Werewolves, though, they're every bit as bad and worse. Elsa Vilga, Archer. Werewolves are creatures with both men and wolves inside them. When in beastly form, they take the worst traits from each. The wolf's drive to kill and hunger for raw flesh, and the man's cruel and calculating intelligence. A werewolf's condition comes about through a curse, and the transformations happen outside his conscious control. When he reverts to human form, he has no memory of his deeds. Otherwise, he would surely go mad and take his own life.
Be gone. Be gone. Be gone.
Medallion's humming. Place of power. It's gotta be.
Something about life in dreary backwoods settlements leads their inhabitants to hide the truth with misleading names. This takes the form of both hyperbole, a clump of bare trees called Dragon Spike Forest, or a hole in the ground 2 paces deep named the Chasm of Eternity, and understatement, a horrid massacre calmly referred to as the Incident. Velen fit the mold in this regard, as Geralt learned while he wandered through it in search of Ciri. There he encountered a trio of highly suspicious magical sisters called the Ladies of the Wood, who directed him to a clump of bogside huts known as Downwarren. Geralt was to solve their problem, a rash of mysterious murders. He spoke to the alderman and learned that the evil power behind the killings dwelled in the Whispering Hillock. Wherever else?
Why have you come? Why spill this blood? Are you here to grant me death? Or is my freedom your wish?
I was attacked.
This is my prison. A fortress besieged. Murderers I await, and my forest protects me.
Murderers?
Murderous sisters killed my body. Now my soul they hunt, for I defy them.
Who are you?
I abandoned my circle, where I had kept the balance. The crones killed me, and cursed my ghost.
Never heard of a druid circle in Velen.
I wander eternally through a maze of vows, helplessly sliding over us.
You must know the crones pretty well.
They are Velen's curse. They hear all through severed ears. They weave hair and twist lives. They take their strength from a broth of human flesh.
Why did they kill you?
The crones want this land. They'd rule the wood alone. I stood in their way. I had to die.
You claim to be imprisoned. How so?
I am bound here, in fetters of magic. I wandered endlessly, a labyrinth of thieves. The children, I know all. I know what awaits them. Free me, please. I must help.
If something threatens the orphans, I'll help them myself.
The children have been taken. Free me, please. I can be a gale, a gallop unchained. I shall save them. Only I can.
Why do you think the kids from the meadow are in danger?
The sisters took them. They shall not return.
Where'd they take them? I can help.
It is done already. It cannot be undone. There are no rules to our disturbing. They shall all die. Let them be saved.
I can't decide just yet.
You must come back. Free me. I beg you. Beware my sentries. They stand guard still.
Let's take a look back at that book titled She Who Knows and see if that lets us know what we should do. It sounds like the beast that the sisters imprisoned, and therefore it is even worse than the crones, and therefore we should kill it.
I'm back.
I've been waiting. You've returned. Your decision. I long to be free once more.
I don't believe you, Spirit. Too many claim you're evil. Your words alone, not enough.
Dare harm me, and against you will rise all the powers of nature.
Solved your problem. Just in case, though, avoid the Whispering Hillock for a while.
Cannot be. Where's something lurking there?
Not sure what was lurking there, but it lurks no more.
What did you do, Witcher?
Some being had come to possess the tree's heart. I destroyed the heart and its inhabitant.
So it were a ghost. Will it be back?
No, The crones, or the ladies of the wood as you call them, said to remind you about payment. Take it you know what they want?
Aye, I do. Give me the dagger. Be back soon. There's payment. Take it to the ladies, will you?
What the hell was that?
'Tis our pact. You're a stranger, you don't know life here. It's honest pay for their protection.
So, all those ears in the woods.
Put it out your mind, master. You soon be leaving and we must tarry on, our young'uns and their young'uns after 'em. No gods nor masters watch over Velen. The land is no man's. He who wants to survive must seek his own protectors.
Sheathe your weapon, young man.
He's even lovelier in real life.
In real life, you're different than you were in the tapestry.
Well, bring it here.
You can bring it, not ogre.
Never seek to cross us again.
We shall forgive you this transgression, for you've done well. Your children are plump as piglets, sweet as caramel.
But now we must talk to our white-haired friend.
The woman who cares for the kids.
She's a debt to pay. She is here by choice.
She's insane.
She knew what our pact entailed when she made it. We helped her. She promised to serve. Now she bears our mark. Belongs to us. Come. It is another woman who interests you. Speak, white-haired one.
You used me to tame the Whispering Hillock. A lot of work.
Nought's free, brave soul.
Did you destroy the evil powers? Have you brought peace to our domain?
Yes.
So fortunate to have found so brave a knight, so able.
What did you need the children for?
Need? We? They needed us. Our care.
Where are they?
They are far away.
Their troubles are over.
You looked different in the tapestry.
We're all dressed up just for you. If you only knew how much time we spent in front of the glass.
Do you desire us?
You know why I'm here. You know what I want.
You shall dream of us and return for what you reject. They always come back.
Our deal. I did my part, now you do yours.
A word once given, we never break. The girl. Mousy blonde. That's what they call it.
Thin as a rail, terrified, exhausted. She could barely stand, the poor thing.
We cared for her as best we could. Like she was our own daughter. Wasted affection. She proved a very naughty girl. Mischievous, stubborn, and selfish.
The young woman I seek never hurt anyone without cause.
You've not seen her long. She's changed for the worse.
Why'd she attack you?
She's no longer the girl you once knew. Wrath consumes her.
Don't believe you. They say you always keep your word, so tell me everything, exactly as it happened.
We shall tell you, brave boy. We knew someone special to arrive. We read beast entrails, saw the omens.
We would glimpse her likeness, a mirage in a puddle. She came from the lower swamp. We knew not at first it was her the omens had spoken of.
A child of the elder blood, the sole seed that will burst into flame.
She fell into our hands. Elder blood.
The blood of the traitress. Does she sleep?
Like a lamb.
Come, sisters, no point in dawdling. The table's set. The cauldron bubbles.
We cannot! You know she is meant for him!
Imlerith will get her. He will, but not whole.
Well said. We'll just have a sample.
I'll take her feet. Lovely. And plump. Perfect for a broth.
I can taste it already. Very well. Get on with it! Oh, you'll regret that, girl. Regret it dearly. Come back. Come back. Come back. Yes, come. For you.
tried to kill her. Tried to butcher her like an animal and eat her.
Her blood, the taste brought back memories of our youth.
Elder blood. Extraordinary girl. But you know that. Such a shame she fled.
She escaped you, but I'll find her. We'll come back here together and kill you.
Your return, you shall. Our fates are bound. And one will die, but it shan't be one of us.
Now you shall chase shadows and wander midst fog.
Each time you see her, she will be a mirage. And if you find her, the girl will die. Be seeing you, handsome knight.
Very soon.
Brewis. The crone known as Brewis was the middle of the three demonic sisters in terms of age, but the first in terms of size. Brewis was said to be a master concoctor of magical mixtures, and, in the more ghastly legends, was said to know over a dozen different recipes for human soup. Imlerith. Imlerith, a general of the Wild Hunt and a frequent guest in Geralt's nightmares, had been chasing Ciri for quite some time, striving to deliver her to his ruler, Eredin. This powerful and brutal warrior had fought in the countless battles and campaigns for conquest waged by the NL in other worlds. He prized physical confrontation above all else, seeking out direct, bloody skirmishes where opponents pit their strength, agility, and training against each other in a contest to the death. Weeves. Though the youngest of the three crones, the Weeves was not one jot less ugly or evil than her older sisters. It was she who wove their magic tapestries of human hair gathered as tribute from the young children of nearby villages during their cutting ceremonies. These tapestries were how the worshippers of the Ladies of the Wood made contact with and paid homage to their deities. Wispes. The crones of Velen were not just old, they were literally ancient, having been around since the reign of the first human kings, and possibly even since the coming of the elves. Of the three ghastly sisters, the Wispes was the most ancient, or at least so claimed the swamp dwellers' whispered legends. Whispered, for if they spoke too loudly, the crone would hear it, for she demanded tribute in the form of human ears, which she hung from trees and through which, using primeval magic, she heard all that happened in the swamp. The ghost in the tree. The whispering hillock. If the world were not as it is, but as it should be, this name would denote a place of hidden nooks and lovers sharing heartfelt lies and hushed voices. Instead, it stood for danger and terror, for a place where wild animals, driven by some mysterious power, had killed many an inhabitant of Downwarren. Geralt agreed to investigate the problem and soon discovered the animals were controlled by a spirit entrapped in a tree growing atop the hill. The spirit spoke to him in a woman's voice, and claimed to have once been a druidess who had kept watch over the Velen Grove until the crones murdered her and imprisoned her ghost in the tree. The forces of nature she had once served now protected her from the fiendish sisters' further designs. The unfortunate locals had died as collateral damage, for, the spirit attested, nature's wrath is unrestrainable and distinguishes not between unwary innocents and unwelcome ill-wishers. The spirit begged Geralt to lift her curse and free her from her torment. In exchange, she promised to rescue the orphans from the swamp clearing, who would otherwise face a cruel death at the hands of the crones. Yet too much innocent blood had been spilt on the Whispering Hillock. Geralt did not believe the spirit's explanation and destroyed its cursed heart. In doing so, he expulsed it from this world for good. Geralt learned the truth of Ciri's time in the swamps from the mouths of the hideous crones themselves. Even Ciri, better able to hold her own than most anyone in existence, was lucky to escape from these powerful beings alive and intact. Gran bore strange marks on her hands that burned with living fire. In time they proved to be signs of her indentured servitude to the crones. How exactly the old woman had come to be in their power, however, remained unknown. Geralt's first attempts to talk to her came to nothing. He was only able to break through her mistrust with the help of a godling named Johnny. A few words from the latter convinced Gran to help Geralt talk to the mysterious ladies of the wood. Nilfgaard's agent had determined Ciri had stayed with the Baron, the self-proclaimed ruler of Velen. This man was known for his violent temper and 3-mile-long cruel streak, hence his moniker, the Bloody Baron. Geralt, however, was not one to be frightened by nicknames, least of all those taken from bodily fluids, and so made his way to Crow's Perch, the Baron's seat, to ask about Cirilla.
magic. A place of power. Might want to look around some.
Endrega workers. I thought the workers were harmless. I thought wrong. Jan the Gimp, Trapper. Workers are the most numerous and thus the most frequently encountered caste of Endrega. Within the colony, their duty lies in building nests and cocoons, acquiring food, and caring for eggs and larvae. When threatened, they will summon warriors to aid them, yet if forced to defend themselves, they will, and do so surprisingly well. Crones. Sister crones, hand in hand, terrors of the sea and land, thus do go about, thrice to thine, and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9. Macbeth, Act 1, Scene 3. The isolated corners of our world harbor creatures older than humans, older than academies and mages, older even than elves and dwarves. The crones of Crookback Bog are such creatures. No one knows their true names, nor what breed of monstrosity they in fact are. Common folk have given these 3 sisters the names Weebus, Brewis, and Wispus, and call the threesome the Ladies of the Wood, or simply the Good Ladies. The crones act as the true sovereign of Velen, whose inhabitants they help survive through harsh times in return for unquestioning obedience. They wield powerful magic, but one different from that of mages. They draw power from water and earth and are bound to the land in which they live. The crones can hear everything that happens in their woods, predict the future, twist the threads of human lives, and bring blessings as well as curses. The crones seem for all intents and purposes to be immortal. Magic elixirs keep them from aging and allow them to take the appearance of young women. These elixirs and their mystical ties to the swamps in which they live also give them supernatural strength and vitality. Godlings. Not too long ago, the areas around peasant hamlets were chock full of guardian spirits. Today it's nigh unto impossible to spot a brownie, bucka, or luton. And godlings, they are always the first to go. Such is the price we pay for civilization's forward march. From the preface to The World We Have Lost by Professor Doragary. Godlings, sometimes mistaken for luton, are woodland creatures dwelling in burrows and moss-covered hollow stumps on the outskirts of human settlements. They are similar to children in behavior and appearance and, like children, delight in mischief. Godlings are deeply rooted in their home territory and perform acts of care and guardianship to those dwelling near their burrows. They watch over people as well as animals, but shy creatures by nature, they try to do so while remaining unseen. Godlings are drawn to joy and innocence, and so delight in the company of children, and usually only show themselves to the young. These hard-working and clever creatures gladly perform small services for those in their care, asking only for respect and payment in the form of food or cast-off tools in return. They are easily offended by churlish, ungrateful, or simply rude behavior. Godlings also treasure their peace and quiet. When the village a godling watches over becomes too populous or its inhabitants forget the old ways, it will abandon its burrow for good and walk off to destinations unknown. Ekimaras. By Nothing to Fear. Ekimaras, why they ain't nothing more than overgrown bats. Anonymous city guardsman's last words. Like other vampires, Ekimaras are not, despite what village gossips might say, undead humans. They are instead post-conjunction monsters who have no particular feelings about garlic, holy water, or religious symbols. Unlike their portrayal in ballads and legends, they look nothing like handsome, pale aristocrats with charming Eastern accents, though, like catechans or Nekurats, they do bear a strong resemblance to overgrown bats. They also do not suck blood from the necks of virgins with a delicate kiss-like bite. They tear them to shreds using long, sharp claws and then slurp the splattered blood off the ground. Witcher George's Journal. Having heard rumors of a dragon, I raced at full speed to Velen. Sadly, I was dragged away from my hunt by the prefects of Gor's Velen. They summoned me as an expert to solve the riddle of a string of shipwrecks suspected to be the work of night wraiths. Humph. Seems a dragon ravaging the countryside is a lower priority than blocked trade routes. Luckily, I was able to solve the riddle of the lone lighthouse quickly and raced off after the dragon. I learned that the peasants from the ravaged villages had taken shelter in the elven catacombs under Lake Windemmer. Wise, yet they were not wise enough to bring firewood and so warmed themselves by burning elven manuscripts. It aches my heart to think what knowledge about the Alderfolk went up in those flames. At least a few of the manuscripts survived, including some highly interesting sketches of armor, yet enough about that. Eyewitnesses have reported ashen scales, height at haunches 2 fathoms, length 5 fathoms, addendum estimated weight approximately 14 quintals, able to maintain a high temperature in its bellows, dragon lungs, for longer than a quarter hour. Conclusion, we are dealing with a green dragon. Commencing hunt.
An illusion.
Ow!